A good day to everyone in the Ministry of Women, Family and Community Development. My name is Minnie and I'm from Help University with my friend Daniel Hakimi to propose a solution to a current issue. And the current issue here is the inequality for women in terms of discrimination women face on a daily basis.
Firstly, inequality in the workplace. According to the World Economic Forum, global gender reports show that men are still earning more than women despite doing the same task. In Malaysia, it seems that the gender gap has continued to increase from a wage equality score of 0.82 back in 2012 to a 0.74 in 2020. Additionally, women who are in senior leadership positions constitute only 17% of CEOs in 2019 and 28% and 29% of COOs and CFOs in 2020. This could be because of gender discrimination that women face in the workplace through making their positions redundant, denying their promotions, put them on longer probations, demotions, and terminating their jobs, especially due to pregnancy. 20% of women were rejected from their jobs after announcing their pregnancy, and 40% experienced job discrimination. As of today, there are no laws that are against such discriminatory questions. When the Malaysian Federal Constitution was amended in 2001, it prohibited gender discrimination, but the definition is loose and has been left to courts and legislative bodies to decide. When it comes to healthcare and medical services, a large portion of it comes from private sectors when compared to public facilities. If you were to take family planning, for example, the rate in Malaysia is only 55% for all methods and 33% for modern methods, which are extremely low compared to neighboring countries. These services is offered by private clinics and at times will often cost more for the users. This becomes a big issue, especially for women who come from marginalized communities such as the indigenous, poor, migrant, refugees, or those with disabilities in having access to available maternal care.
Looking at the statistics shown, it is clear that we women are deprived when it comes to equality. With that, the solution here we will be proposing would be to get more women representation in politics to help minimize such discrimination. Solution 1. To be more inclusive of women in politics, especially when it comes to policy making, and to ensure that women elected aren't just to reach political goals. It is for the better for Malaysia. Solution 2. Individual women or parties with a respectable amount of women participation should receive the same support in terms of resources and financial from the government. This is in order to compete fairly for the seats, as they might have less experience due to previous restrictions. And Solution 3. It will be good to have an awareness campaign to engage more women to participate, as women have the rights to be informed and educated on political aspects in Malaysia. This will help women to think more of the possibilities to join politics, as well as closing the gender gap differences. How would this then benefit us? Firstly, it would give women the opportunity to tackle the problem of discrimination at hand, as they have a clearer understanding of how profound the problem really is as opposed to the opposite gender. Secondly, it is shown that countries with the inclusion of women in politics outperform the countries without women in politics. Take, for example, New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern. In the midst of the pandemic, she managed to make the country COVID-19 free. Thirdly, it would benefit both genders, whereby it would be able to diminish gender stereotypes. This would contribute to a healthy society whereby men and women would not be discriminated according to their gender.
Counter argument why equal gender representation should not be achieved. Firstly, women tend to be emotional and that can interfere with their decision making skills. Women tend to be emotional beings, and when they are being emotional, that can lead them to making irrational decisions. And this especially is important during times where you need to make hard decisions. So I feel that this could be a major drawback. Number two, women in positions of authority tend to stick out for better or for worse. They become the target of sexist comments, and as a result, they are not being taken seriously by the people. That is why I feel this is not so easily achieved.
To counter argument 1, the statement would be a byproduct of gender stereotyping. From a scientific point of view, women compared to men are just more comfortable speaking about their feelings as well as their problems. Hence, the confusion caused by gender stereotypes labeling women as emotional is invalid. As for argument 2, either a woman joining politics or not would still be a victim of sexist comments. Hence, to make us say that they would be putting themselves in risk would be invalid as they have no control over it. To just summarize what is gender equality, it's not a woman issue, but it's a human issue and it affects us all. Hence, it would be dire to take in the proposal to help face this issue. Thank you for your time and stay safe.